Welcome to the video solution of your selected question from the Mathematics the Easy Way DVD. If you have not yet seen the introduction video on the DVD, please do so now, as it outlines how the Easy Way series will help students to be successful in their CXC exam. While the Easy Way video solutions will help to cement the understanding of certain special questions, the solution books are still absolutely necessary as they cover all the various types of questions that are set in CXC exams.
We are now at question 7 of the CSET Math exam June 2012 video solution. And this question tells us of a frequency distribution of the age of persons visiting a clinic in a particular week. Now these are the age groups: 40 to 49 years, 50 to 59 years, 60 to 69 years, 70 to 79 years, 80 to 89 years. Here we have the number of persons in each group, and here we have the cumulative frequency. The number of persons are frequency values, and the cumulative frequency basically shows how many persons are less than or equal to the upper limit of the age groups. So here 4 persons are less than or equal to 49 years. Here 15 persons are less than or equal to 59 years, which would be the 11 persons from here plus the 4 persons from here. And then we're asked to complete the rest of the cumulative frequency column. So that's our first question, to complete the table. And so we want the number of persons that are less than or equal to 69 years. And that would be the sum of all these persons, or simply the 15 that we have so far plus the 20. So let's go ahead and show that. So 15 plus 20, that's 35. And so 35 persons are less than or equal to 69 years. And then the number of persons that are less than or equal to 79 years would be the sum of all these persons here, all the persons down here, right? So that would be 35 plus 12, 35 so far plus 12. So we can show that. So 35 plus 12 is 47, and then 50 persons are less than or equal to 89 years, meaning the total number of persons in the survey is 50. We have 50 persons in the survey, and we can go ahead and show that. So our total frequency is 50. N equals 50. Alright, now part B wants us to draw the cumulative frequency curve. Now the cumulative frequency curve will show how many persons are less than or equal to a particular age, or it can be drawn to show how many persons are less than a particular age. We can use a less than or equal to the upper limit of the groups, or we can use less than the upper boundary of the groups. Now depending on the information we want from the graph, we will draw either a less than or equal to graph, where we use the upper limits on the horizontal axis of the cumulative frequency graph, or we can use the upper boundary if we want less than information. If we want to know how many persons are less than a particular age, then we would use the upper boundary values, and hence use less than upper boundary values on the horizontal axis. Now, based on the information that is required in section C, where we are asked to find the probability of a person being less than or equal to 75 years, that is telling us that we need a less than or equal to graph. So we need to use the upper limit values for the x-axis values on the graph, and we will therefore plot less than or equal to values on the x-axis of our cumulative frequency graph. So let's go ahead and show that. For the xy points on our graph, we're going to use less than or equal to the upper limit of the age groups, and we are going to plot the cumulative frequency values on the y-axis. And therefore the points that we'll be plotting are less than or equal to 13, that's 0%, because we started at age 40. So less than or equal to 39, that's 0. Less than or equal to 49, that's the upper limit here, the cumulative frequency is 4. Less than or equal to 59, the cumulative frequency is 15, so we're plotting this point. Less than or equal to 69, the cumulative frequency is 35, so we're plotting this point. Less than or equal to 79, the cumulative frequency is 47, so we're plotting this point. And then less than or equal to 89, the cumulative frequency is 50, so we'll be plotting this point. So our points will be less than or equal to the upper limit of the age groups against cumulative frequency. So let's show the graph on the next slide. And this is it. So we said we'll be plotting these points and we'll be using this graph. And based on the scale, we're required to use 2 centimeters on the x-axis to represent 10 years. Hence, we're starting at 39, 49, 59, 69, 79, 89. That's 2 centimeters representing 10 years. And on the y-axis, we're told to use 1 centimeter to represent 5 persons, and therefore 2 centimeters representing 10. So this is the required scale. And then we're going to be plotting these points as I've described before. And this is it. So 39, 0, that's this point here. 49, 4, that's this point here. 59, 15, that's this point here. 69, 35, that's this point here. 79, 47, 79, 47, that's this point here. And 89, 50. 89, 50, that's this point here. So these are the points for cumulative frequency curve, and all we need to do is join those points with a smooth curve, and that's a typical shape for a cumulative frequency curve. And so we can move down now to part C. Now part C is asking us for the median age, which is called Q2, because Q2 is a second quartile, and the median age is the age of the person in the middle of the distribution. Now, because the total number of persons in the distribution is 50, we can estimate that the 25th person will have the median age. And so the position of Q2 is half the number of persons, which is 25. That's right here. And so we need to go across on the graph and then find the age that corresponds to the age of the 25th person in the distribution. And we can show that by drawing this line onto the graph and then coming down onto the age axis. And so the median age is the age right here, which is 64. And so we see that the median age Q2 is 64 years. That's the age of the person in the middle of the distribution. What this means is that 25 persons will be less than or equal to 64 years, and approximately the same number of persons will be greater than 64 years. And so the median age is 64 years. Now the second part of question 7C is asking us for the probability that a person who visited the clinic was 75 years or younger. That is the probability that the age is less than or equal to 75 years. And so because this is a less than or equal to age graph, what we can do is find 75 years on the x-axis, and that's it, 75 years. And when we plot up onto the graph, we will find the number of persons that are less than or equal to 75 years. So let's go ahead and show that construction. And this is it. We are finding a number of persons that are less than or equal to 75 years. And that's it right here. And from this graph, that's approximately 43. So what this is saying is that 43 persons are less than or equal to 75 years. And since the total number of persons in the survey is 50, then the probability of finding one of these 43 persons is 43 divided by 50. And that is it. The probability that a person's age is less than or equal to 75 years is 43 divided by 50, because 43 persons are less than or equal to 75 years old. And that's the answer for that part of the question. And that's the answer for question 7. And so we'll do question 8 in our next video.
You have just seen the video solution for a special CXC question, but this is only one of the many different ways that these questions are written. All mathematical principles can only be fully understood by solving many questions, and so I always tell my students, more maths equals better maths, and if they study hard, they will pass easily. All the various types of CXC questions are covered in the Easy Way Mathematics Solution book, and you need to practice every single one of them. Other books in the series are the Easy Way Multiple Choice Specimen book, the Easy Way Unit 1 Cape Mathematics Solution book, and the Easy Way Account Solution book. Please feel free to contact me with your comments and queries at any time.